Hello, everyone. Today, let's look at the fourth section of the course on development of digital currencies, 1.4, monetary statistics. It is like doing a money physical examination for the economy, helping us understand the total amount and distribution of money in society. Everyone, we usually count our cash and check the balance of our bank card, which is a statistic of our money. So, do you know how the country's money is counted? Cash in shops, bank deposits, change in mobile phones, etc., all of which have to be counted into the money of the country, and is not an easy task to count. Knowing how much money the country is can help us grasp the economic situation, so it is necessary to learn monetary statistics. In this lesson, we will mainly cover the following topics. After learning this section, I hope you can 1. Clarify the definition and purposes of monetary statistics. 2. Remember the range of monetary statistics. Be able to classify monetary aggregates M0, M1, and M2 and give examples. 3. Understand the basic methods of monetary statistics. It can expound the role of monetary statistics in economic regulation and control. Everyone, let's look at the definition of monetary statistics. The object of monetary statistics is the money that can be spent by a country or region in a period of time, such as the total amount of cash held in the people of the whole country and the money deposited in various banks, all of which are within the range of statistics. Monetary statistics mainly count how much money can be spent and what form it is. Total amount is the sum of all the money that can be spent, and the composition is how much different forms of money account for, such as cash and deposits. It's like how much cash accounts for in all the money that can be spent. So, do you know why we do monetary statistics? There are 3 main reasons as follows. 1. Master the financial situation. Monetary statistics can let central banks and governments know how much money there is in society and where it is. For example, you can know how much money in different places and industries. 2. Judge the economic situation. According to the statistical results, we can tell whether the economy is hot or cold. If money becomes more and more, the economy may be too hot. If money doesn't increase much, the economy may be a little cold. 3. Support policy decision-making. Provide data support for central banks and governments to make decisions and help them adjust the economy. For example, the central bank will adjust the use of policy tools such as interest rates and deposit reserve ratios according to monetary statistics. Next, we look at the range of monetary statistics through 3 categories. 1. Cash. Cash is a crucial part of monetary statistics. It can be directly used to purchase goods, reflecting the purchasing power that can be used immediately. For example, 5 yuan coins in your pocket can be used to buy snacks. A $100 paper money at the checkout counter of the store can be used to settle transactions of larger amounts. 2. Bank deposits. Bank deposits are mainly divided into demand deposits and time deposits, each of which has its own features and uses. For example, the salary card balance is the demand deposit, which can be withdrawn at any time to meet the daily spending and capital turnover needs. For another example, a 1-year education fund is a time deposit, which has a fixed saving period of time and interest and can save money for specific goals. 3. Quasi-money. Quasi-money is not money in the ordinary sense, but it can be quickly turned into cash for trading, and it is an asset that is easy to realize. For example, money market funds such as Yuibao are common quasi-money, which can be deposited and withdrawn flexibly, and their income is relatively stable. Users can withdraw money at any time. Next, let's take a look at the 3 levels of currency aggregates. 1. Definition and example of M0. M0 is the cash that can actually be spent in the market, which is called cash in circulation, but it does not include the bank's own cash. Only the cash circulating in our wallets and store checkout counters is M0. It is the most basic money, which can be used directly to purchase goods. For example, the 200 yuan being withdrawn from the ATM machine. When the money comes to our wallets from the bank, it belongs to M0. 2. Definition and example of M1. M1 refers to money ready to spend at any time, which is composed of M0 plus demand deposit. Demand deposits can be withdrawn and used at any time, so M1 is very convenient to use. M1 includes M0, and the range is wider than M0. M0 can be regarded as a part of M1. M1 equals M0 plus demand deposit. For example, WeChat Wallet is bound to the current balance in the bank card, and we can use WeChat to pay for consumption at any time. This part of current balance, plus the corresponding M0 constitutes M1. 3. Definition and example of M2. M2 refers to money that can potentially be spent. It is based on M1 and plus time deposits, money market funds, etc. Although it can't be spent immediately, it can be turned into cash under certain conditions. M2 includes M1 and has the wider range. The money in M1 can be spent at any time. In M2, except for the part of M1, the rest must be turned into cash before it can be spent. For example, if you deposit a 3-year time deposit, you cannot withdraw it casually during the deposit period, but you can withdraw it and spend it after maturity. Together with M1, it constitutes M2, which represents a wider range of money that can be spent. These are what we call the 3 levels of money. Next, let's take a look at the method of counting currency, which can be roughly divided into 3 steps. 1. Comprehensive collection. The central bank collects data such as cash inventory and total deposits of banks, fund companies, and other financial institutions. For example, banks should report cash inventory and various deposit data to the central bank at the end of each month. 2. Sampling estimation. Makes sampling statistics on the cash situation of individuals and small businesses, and then calculate the national total. Like a geographically stratified sample survey of cash holdings of individuals and street shops. 3. Classification and summary. Classify according to M0, M1, and M2, and add the collected and estimated data to calculate the total amount and make a report. For example, add the M0 data of all financial institutions to get the national M0 total. Next, let's take a look at what is the significance of the monetary statistics. Significance of monetary statistics. 1. Guide the way for the policy. The central bank adjusts the interest rate according to the growth rate of M2 to regulate the amount of market funds. For example, if a country's M2 grows rapidly in 2023, the central bank will raise the benchmark interest rate to reduce the amount of funds. 2. Reflect economic vitality. The rapid growth of M1 indicates that the economy is active, such as the significant growth of local M1 in the peak tourist season. If M1 does not move and M2 rises, the economy will slow down. 3. Early warning for risk prevention. When M2 becomes M1 in large quantities, there may be abnormal flows of funds, and the central bank will check risks in advance to maintain financial stability. Alright, everyone, let's take a look at what we have learned in this lesson. Monetary statistics are like checking the money bag of society. By counting the total amount and composition of money in circulation in a certain period of time, we can know the situation of money in society. Currency is divided into 3 levels. M0 M1, and M2. M0 is cash in circulation. M1 is M0 plus demand deposit. M2 is M1 plus time deposit, etc. There are 3 steps in the monetary statistics. First, the data of financial institutions are comprehensively collected. Then the cash of individuals and small businesses is estimated by sampling. And finally, the cash of individuals and small businesses is summarized into reports according to M0, M1, and M2. Finally, please complete the following exercises. That's the end of today's lesson. See you next time.